Many businesses want to know how they can grow their follower base in social media. However, when it comes to successful social media marketing, engagement with a few loyal listeners is more important than having thousands of followers that don't interact with your content. My guest is Infusionsoft social media specialist Michael Hunter. Michael, welcome, and I understand you were just teaching a class on Twitter and social media engagement. I think a common problem that a lot of small businesses have is how do they get started, and what are the important things they need to be considering when it comes to social media marketing?
Yeah, I've been working with small businesses and social media for over 4 years now, and so I've seen a lot of the mistakes that people make right out of the gates, and it helped a lot of people be very successful with social media. The biggest mistake I see people make is they try to do everything. There's new social media platforms coming up overnight, like WhatsApp getting acquired for billions of dollars, Instagram. I mean, who knows what the next one's going to be, right? So there's all of this new hype and new attention to new social media platforms. And the biggest mistake I've seen small businesses make is thinking that they need to do all of them. The most important thing for a small business is to figure out, A, who their target market is, and then B, where is their target market on social media. So, the new up-and-coming overnight success social media platform, thinking that you need to be on that platform just because it's the new thing is like thinking that you need to run an ad in a new magazine just because it's the new magazine. So it's all about where is your audience, and then interacting and engaging with that audience on just a couple of platforms. So I always encourage small businesses to choose one or two platforms starting off, and do those one or two platforms extremely, extremely well, generate results, and then expand from there.
And then what kinds of content should businesses be putting in social media? Obviously, you're trying to be relevant, you're trying to be a resource, and sometimes, now what do I say, now that I'm here, is the biggest problem for small business.
Yeah, absolutely. So another key distinction that small businesses, most small business owners when they're getting started, it's just they just don't know. But social media, it's not a magic pill. It's not a magic bullet. It's not going to make your business successful. Social media is an amplifier. So social media is going to amplify the content that you already have. So if you don't have a blog, or if the content on your website or the content on your blog isn't amazing, social media is not going to be miraculously drive a whole bunch of business. So the key is to create amazing content that adds value to your target market. 10, 15 years ago, knowledge was power. You had to go to school, you had to get educated in order to have an awesome career, make a lot of money. But today, the coin is flipped. Knowledge is no longer power. Sharing knowledge is power. And as a lot of small business owners are stuck in the knowledge is power kind of mentality. They hold what they know close to their chest, when in reality they should be sharing that information with the world and then using social media to amplify that to specific audiences.
Mm-hmm. And then for the business owner who really is going to be the person, I mean, in many small businesses, the business owner makes the decision, I'm going to get involved in social media, I'm going to try to do some email marketing. That job now falls on that person's head. And they are so busy running their business that they feel that they don't have time to, successfully participate.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely understand. The biggest thing is that there are so many tools out there that help cut down the amount of time it takes. And the key is to have technology work for you, not become a slave to technology. So, especially for a small business owner, maybe the one-man show, one-woman show, the mom and pop, they're strapped for time. They're already working long hours. The key is to be very strategic with the content that you do create. So if you're not a writer, just do a voice recording, do a podcast, do a video. If you're comfortable with video is the future of marketing, and you can take that video, you can rip the audio from it. So now you have a video that you can post to YouTube. You have an audio for a podcast. You can send your audio overseas for $1 a minute. You can have it transcribed into a blog post. And if you're strategic about, how you're presenting your content, maybe it's the 7 steps to X, Y, and Z. Now all of a sudden you have 7 different Facebook posts and 7 different tweets. So I can sit down for maybe 20 minutes and just talk, because a lot of small business owners, we're passionate about what we do, and we've been doing it for so long, and that we can talk about it all day. But when it comes down to putting pen to paper or typing up a blog post, we freeze. At least I do sometimes. So just play to your strengths, and then leverage technology, leverage the internet. We live in a global marketplace where you can hire someone overseas, or locally. I'm a huge fan of keeping businesses locally, but I know that small businesses are strapped for cash too. So there's a lot of affordable, cost-effective ways of really leveraging your time in order to create content for all of these different platforms. So then you use your tweets to drive traffic to your blog. Your blog is optimized for sales, to generate leads, and have your email marketing follow up with that. So it's just a nice flow.
Okay. Well, I guess finally then, one other thing is how to measure the ROI. What am I getting out of this? I mean, I feel like I'm doing the right thing here. How do I know if it's working?
So yeah, it really depends on what your objectives are. You can use something called lead source tracking with Google Analytics. Google Analytics is free, so you can track where traffic is coming from your website, to your website. So you can post specific links on Facebook, specific links on Twitter, and you can track that traffic through your entire sales cycle. So, it's a little bit more complex way of tracking. The other simple way of tracking that requires a little bit more manual pencil to paper, bigger numbers, is it's a free tool. Again, it's called bit.ly.com, and you can post. It actually shortens your link, and you can post that link to social platforms, and you can track how many clicks you get. So if you're posting a link to a video that adds value and has a call to action to buy, you can look at how many people clicked on that link, and you can look at how many people bought, and you can measure your ROI.
Great. Well, Michael, thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Michael Hunter is my guest. He is the social media specialist with Infusionsoft. Thanks for watching.